Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 2 of What If Civilization Started Over. Last time we had these three countries form, this lime green French team, this blue Brittany team, and this red English team. So what we're going to be seeing here is this red English team. They will continue to expand, actually, northern, more into, the British, the Great Britain island. The island of Great Britain is what they will expand into. We move up this way into Scotland. Cutting up this way. And getting about here, and they discover eventually the rest of Scotland. And they do make a little expedition over here towards Ireland. Now, with this knowledge, knowing that Ireland does exist, there's going to be a colony set up in Ireland that's currently, aligned with the British. Is currently aligned with the UK. How to test this? Okay, it's only doing that because I don't know why. Anyways, yeah, this will currently be in an alliance with the UK, but eventually they'll have a revolt. Well, this isn't the UK, but it's England. They'll have a revolt against England for Ireland, and they'll eventually explore the rest of Irish mainland. Now, there is an expedition sent up north this way to see if they can find any land, but they stir back right before finding Iceland just to reach back to Scotland. They're like, there's nothing up there. Ireland decides, with funded money from England actually this time, even though they're in bad relations, they decide they want to do this. And they discover land. Don't tell England, though. They really don't tell England. They're like, there's no land this time. But instead, they actually set up a really small port colony that they tell the French about. And word eventually gets from France back to England about this, new colony there. And they're like, what the fuck? So they declare war on Ireland. And so with this, and a lot of Irish, military up here defending their port, the British will decide to make a landing in northern part of Ireland up here, which will eventually annoy Ireland and probably kill a lot of people. I mean, it's a war. I think people will die in a war. They send some of their troops back here, and they do eventually start taking back some of their land as well, along with setting up a naval port for their navy right here, just in case they need a check area to get to England or somewhere over there. But it is quickly seized by England's navy and military, and this is not a good look, as England, actually their army, decides to push up the Irish mainland and get close to Ireland, until they eventually cut off Ireland's coast with the Sea of Ireland, or the Irish Sea, I think that's one of the names. And they eventually encircle the entire country until Ireland will surrender. Taking a look at the peace treaty here, the red English country will take most of Ireland, the island, because they discover more of it, and they take most of the western Irish country, along with setting up a allied state in Iceland, which will now control most of the trade going through this area. Anyways, what we will be seeing next is this French country deciding to go down along the coast of France and try to discover some more territory, which indeed they do discover. They do get stopped by mountains, though, and they decide to come back up here a little bit. They continue to actually expand inward to France, and they also discover more land, up this direction, and more land just, up here, and eventually they reach, the Netherlands, I'd say. they reached the Netherlands, which is a little like coastal for them, of course. And this blue French team, deciding that they're kind of cut in against them, decides to make a deal with the English that they'll defend each other. So this will actually be the first alliance, but it's not going to be an official alliance. It'll just be like more of a defense pact between the two, most like what Germany and Austria-Hungary had. The Triple Alliance, Central Powers. Anyways, the blue team will come down here and decide to start looking for land in Portugal and like northern Spain. No, they won't take the entire continent of Europe. So they will start invading this way, not invading, but like exploring this way and meeting up this area and cutting, and not cutting, but like connecting up with this area over here, like over here, with the green French, lime French green, whatever you want to call it. New like forts established over here, and they kind of get into a little war over some of these forts. But France does decide to set up a little bit of a colony, like, you know, a little bit of a colony over here in like northern, like this is like Spain. I just realized all this is Spain. Portugal's like down here. But they do set up a little colony here, which doesn't like being a colony, and they're more aligned with the French anyways, so they decide to fully break away. And France is like, whatever, we'll decide to, not France, like this blue Brittany country will decide to, you know, go explore other areas. So they send a ship down this way, around here, using some of their forts they have actually over here, to sail this way, and they reach the bottom of Spain thinking they found an entirely new land area, even though it's just the bottom of this area over here, which is kind of interesting, but not really. They'll also go over here to like northern Morocco and set up a small colony this time. This time, the colony is actually like really closely allied to them, and yeah. The colony will be in southern Spain. There will be a small country here in Morocco that will be closely allied to the blue France country, but it's not going to be like, they're not going to be the greatest, well, not like that. What am I saying? They're not going to be like an ally. Well, they're going to be an ally, but they're not going to be like a puppet state of them. That's what I was saying. They're not going to be a puppet state. Which France doesn't care. They need allies at this point. Their only ally is England, who is the strongest country in the world. But, like, still, they need some more allies. So they also do set up this colony over here, and they continue to expand into Spain and Portugal. They start going up this way, especially wanting to go westward this way, thinking there's a lot of land over here. Then they reach the end of this, so they decide to start going up the coast of Portugal. They realize a lot of familiar landforms. They go up, and they meet up right with the orange, like green French allied country. And they're pretty pissed about this. They thought that they're trying to invade. So for the blue France decides to discover this land to enclose the orange country in case they want to, go invade them. Which the lime team also doesn't know about the ally that the French have, which is probably a bad thing, I'd say. But anyways, they do start to cross into this blue French country border, and England hears the news about this, and they will decide to hop into the war. Give me a sec. My finger is in extreme pain. Anyways, the lime French team will start to invade to the blue Brittany team, which England's pretty pissed about. Like, "Aye, what are you doing with our ally there?" So they decide to land on the beaches of Normandy, and they start to invade this green lime French, whatever the fuck you call it, country. And they also push more towards getting the French Brittany country to keep attacking back against the French. Or there's also another front, and that front is in Spain. Now, there is no land border, but there's a lot of French troops, like, right over here. And you know what this country does here? They start to claim those regions, which makes France pretty pissed off. So what France does is they send some expeditions up this way to cut up and take some of this land and to discover also this land, just so they can get closer to, you know, their allies over here within this, like, orange Spanish country. Of course, this country is, like, sending reinforcements to France, like, this way, because they're a really big ally of them, as well as also doing some expansions of their own along the North African coast over here in Morocco and Algeria. Now, one thing to note here, they are not in the war, they are just sending reinforcements to them and helping them with allies. But you know what else happens? Well, the orange team goes on a full raid. Oh, damn. They do a full raid onto this blue team, like this base in Gibraltar. Which, of course, France isn't really thrilled about this. Their colony just attacked this area. And the French immediately pull in to take the area back, which kind of pisses off France even more than the other part did. But this orange team will actually start expanding and taking more territory, and they will start imprisoning French soldiers and torturing them for, information about their war plans up here. Meanwhile, up here, anyways, what's happening over here? Yeah, France is that's the wrong color. France is kind of pushing back, you know, this way. And they've kicked France, this, like, French country over here, completely out of their territory. And they're now on the offensive, pushing deep into this lime green French territory, along with the help of some British soldiers. This lime team country decides it's not really worth fighting, so they do surrender to the French Brittany country, and the orange country over here is also pulled out of the war, also surrendering to the French Brittany country. Taking a look at the peace treaty here, this orange Spain will now be surrounded on both sides by France. It'll cut off official ties with this lime country, and it now does not border anymore. This lime country, of course, does not have any sea access anymore, as the Brittany France country has now taken all of it, and France is kind of dying. England has taken Normandy, the beaches of Normandy, and also the region of Normandy. And this country gets a lot of resources because help. So the last thing that'll be happening in this episode is more inward expansion into Spain and the official total expansion into Iceland. And maybe they'll find Greenland soon. I doubt it. And they'll also start injecting into... Did I just say that? They'll start invading, exploring into more of France and Belgium, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, and Germany. And that'll be all. Goodbye. See you in the next video.